Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast. This is a special edition podcast. We're going to talk about the A's and the Astros. We touched on it a little bit yesterday. I'm sorry, folks. I forgot to introduce my co-host, Alex. I'm heated today. I'm heated. Alex is alongside me virtually again. Alex, how are you doing before I start like Mount Olympus erupting over here?
I'm doing fine right now. I'm a little afraid of what's to come. I got a phone call today saying, "Hey, are you available for an emergency podcast?" I'm like, "Sure." I have no idea what's going on.
Bro, look at my hair.
Let me have it.
Look at my hair. I've been pulling my hair out. Dude, what is going – look, you and I have argued on this podcast many a time about MLB and the Astros. You're on the side of MLB has protected the Astros, and I'm on the side of, hey, MLB did what they had to do to get their investigation done, and they punished accordingly, right? They punished within the parameters of what they were allowed to do, and what they were allowed to do was determined by the concessions that they gave up in order to do a full investigation, right? That's been my point all along. But now I've got to be in the same boat with you. I've got to be in the conspiracy theory boat because someone explained to me why Laureano got 6 games for charging the dugout and Joe Kelly got 8. And he threw 2 pitches that hit nobody. He walked away and made a face at Carlos Correa. He didn't start their little skirmish. The Astros came out of the dugout, poured out of the dugout. Carlos Correa took steps towards the Dodgers dugout, and Joe Kelly got 8 games, and Laureano got 6. I'm missing the math here. Explain it to me. Do you have an explanation here?
It's got to be the face. You can't make faces, man. That's like little kindergarten type of stuff, man. You can't make faces that, can't do that.
I can't deal with it. Look, all along, I've been saying MLB did what they had to do in order to conduct a thorough investigation. That kind of tied their hands with the suspensions. But now I'm starting to think that MLB is actually run by Bob McNair or whoever it is that owns the freaking McLean or whoever it is that owns the damn Astros, because it's got to be an Astros fan running MLB. It's got to be. So Joe Kelly almost hit a couple of players. He got 8 games. Laureano charged the dugout and got 6. So that tells me MLB is going out of their way to protect the Astros. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't get it. It seems like it's like backwards almost. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I understand, right? Because the bench coach of the Astros kind of, instigated, right? Kind of telling him to bring it. Laureano had a choice not to bring it, right? But he made the decision to go ahead and bring it. But like he was ready. He was willing to hit the 41-year-old bench coach.
Right. So,
right.
And that's the thing, right? We keep hearing over and over again that MLB has strongly discouraged teams from getting into any kind of skirmishes in this coronavirus environment that we're in. Well, to me, a guy making a face and walking away is not encouraging, right? It's not encouraging a bench clearing brawl. Not to mention, whose bench did that all happen at? It happened over by the Dodgers bench. And that's because the Astros came out. No one from the Astros got suspended. Apparently, MLB thinks that the immunity for the cheating scandal extends into the season. What's going on? What are we doing? I'm livid, man. This has got me almost as mad as the VAR.
So this hasn't made it past the VAR.
The VAR is still the worst thing ever. I mean, dude, I watch, you know me, I watch a lot of soccer. And the VAR is pretty much everywhere now, right? It fucking sucks, bro.
Right.
There's no two ways about it. Now, back to the Astros. I will say this. I'm glad that Cintrone got 20 games. They should tack on another 5 basically for being a biatch, because if you call a guy over, you don't fucking stand behind your boys, right? At the very least,
Right.
go up to where your boys are and like try to reach over them to hit them. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. You know what? I wonder if I kind of hope that in the future Major League Baseball does kind of what the NBA does, right? If you leave your bench, if you step foot on the floor, right, you get suspended or you get a fine,
Right.
right?
Right. You automatically get suspended.
Right. So this way we can have a one-on-one between the batter and the pitcher. Let them settle it with fist flying.
Well, look, this is what I have said all along. I don't know if I'm cutting you off or not, because I think our internet connection is getting a little wonky, but I hope you can hear me. I have said this all along, that if the MLB really wanted to stop fighting in baseball, they would implement that NBA rule. Because think about it. What batter would charge the mound? He would be by himself, right? All the other players that are already on the field could take care of business, right? And so no batter is going to go out there by himself, because he's going to get basically Robin Ventura'd by 8 guys, right? So I've always said, if MLB wants to stop the fighting, that's the way to do it. Implement that rule. No batter is going to charge the mound, right? Because he's going to get his ass kicked by 8 guys. Or at the very least, even if he doesn't get his ass kicked, there's going to be 8 guys that are basically going to pick him up and take him over to first base and tell him to mind his P's and Q's. So anyway.
Well, I hope we get to see one more little skirmish at least before this season's over.
Well, what I'm really hoping happens is I really hope that it's a crappy team, right? Like I hope
Can you hear me? This is an emergency.
What now?
Hello. All right, I think we've lost that. I don't even know if I'm talking over him. He's probably talking over me. I'm talking over him, and we don't even fucking know it.
I'm listening to you.
All right, you there? Can
You're back. You're back?
Yeah, I never left.
I lost you for a second. I don't know how that's going to look. I don't care.
Wow.
What were you saying?
I don't know. Oh, actually, I was just babbling on about that. I was probably talking over you, and you were talking over me, and we both didn't know.
I actually heard that part. So, how many games do you think Laureano should have gotten?
I'm fine with the 6. I mean, he got hit twice. He charged, but I mean, it was instigated by the bench coach. I mean, he had it coming, the bench coach. He didn't land the punch. He just ran, and on top of that, he got tackled down to the floor by the catcher. So I'm good with 5 games, I guess. 3, maybe 3.
I think he should have gotten 10. Well, you can't.
Really?
Yeah, you can't start. Again, we're in this special circumstances, right? We don't have any fans for a reason. You can't start these brawls. And regardless of what Cintrone said, you cannot charge the mound. You can't charge the bench. You can't do that shit, right? Because of the corona and all this other stuff. He should have gotten 10. Actually, what should have happened is Kelly should have gotten 4 and Laureano should have kept his 6. If they reduce Kelly's down to
Kept to
4,
6.
I'll be okay with it. MLB.
Why is that? That happened like 2 weeks ago. Why are they still? It's like still in the appeal process.
I think they're waiting for people to forget so that they can get it down to a reasonable number. Because they realized 8 was stupid. Now they're gonna have to wait another week. Now they're gonna have to wait another week until this A's Astros thing cools off. It's ridiculous. I'm pissed. MLB has screwed this up royally. And again, MLB needs to butt out. Let the players deal with it.
Well, MLB has screwed up a lot of things. Now, Cintrone cannot appeal this 20-game suspension, which is equivalent to like 54 games, I think, for a regular season.
Good.
So he was serving all 20.
I mean, it hurts the Astros a little bit. A hitting coach helps, of course, but you know, it's not as harmful as losing Laureano for 6, right? Who's losing there? The A's are clearly losing more than the Astros.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, Laureano's a hell of a ball player. All right, man. Well, that's all I had. I got it off my chest. I feel better now. How about you?
I feel better that you feel better.
I'm still pissed. All right, man. That's all we've got for today. Some of us just had to get some stuff off our chest. As always, you can reach our podcast on YouTube, Google Play, iTunes, Podbean. Hit the subscribe button. Smash the like button. Go ahead and give us all your comments. I don't give a shit if you agree with me or not. I don't care if you agree with MLB or not. Let us know what your thoughts are. If you agree with me, you're right. If you don't, you're wrong. It's just that simple, right? I have been the most open-minded person when it comes to the Astros out of everyone. And I'm not even an Astros fan. But now MLB is wrong. Flat wrong. That's all there is to it. Alex, I don't give a shit what you have to say even. If you guys want to hit me up and agree with me, go ahead and hit me up on Twitter at eMontana21. If you want to hit my brother up, you can hit him on Twitter at BrooklynGaucho1. And if you want to email the show, positivesports10@gmail.com. Positivesports10@gmail.com. Alex, I know you got a lot to say. What do you got to say now?
You spoke for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to save you from yourself because I don't want you to accidentally say MLB was right on this one because then I'm going to have to reach you. I'm going to have to virtually choke you.
I don't think you don't have to worry about me saying that. Even when they're right, they'll be wrong.
That's right. Look, hey, we got a little negative on this one, but at the end of the day, it's the Positive Sports Podcast. As always, folks, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.